back to Love and Romance Tarot readings. I'm super excited to get into today's video because today we're going to do a pick a card to see who are you meant to be with, who is planned for you, who are you supposed to end up with romantically. That is what we're tapping into today. So my Etsy shop is always linked in the description below. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And other than that, you know, pause the video if you need more time with the selection, but we're just going to get started. We got group 1 with the obsidian crystal point. Group 2 with the citrine crystal point. Group 3 with the rose quartz crystal point. And group 4 with the tiger's eye crystal point. So as I said before, you know, take as much time as you need with the piles, but we're just going to get right into it. Alright, if you chose group 1 with the obsidian crystal point, this is your reading, tapping in to see who are you meant to be with, who does Spirit have planned for you, who is your best potential partner, who are you meant to be with romantically in this lifetime. That is what we are looking for. So let's see, Spirit, this is for group 1 with the obsidian crystal point. Show me who they are supposed to be with for group 1. Wow, we have water and Mars. You know, honestly, this combination alone is so telling. You need someone who fully embodies their water energy, someone who's intuitive, someone who can read a room, someone who can read if something is wrong with you, someone who can see when there is a need and then Mars take action based on that need, someone who provides, protects, asserts themselves, takes action, is not lazy, is active, has a good amount of masculine energy, but also someone who can connect to their femininity, who can connect to their emotions, who can connect to their intuitivity, their water energy. You need a bit of both. And then we got Gemini at the bottom of the deck, which is funny because Gemini is kind of known for being like more of an emotionally intelligent sign, or a sign that I always say like Geminis like to play devil's advocate just for fun. And that's why they come across so intelligent, because their mind naturally sees both sides of the situation just in their regular thinking process. But yeah, you guys need someone who can, you know, connect with you emotionally, someone who can sense you, someone who's intuitive, but someone who can be kind of the mother and the father, you know, with that Mars energy, someone who takes action. It's not enough to just feel me, and it's not enough to just do what you think I want. You have to have both. And then we got the moon here, so the emphasis seems to be on the feminine energy. The moon is the mother, whereas the sun is the father. And the moon is, you know, the earth's guiding light. So you really need someone who can help you without giving you all the answers, someone who can support you without telling you what to do, someone who can do that dance, you know. And naturally, you know, I'm also hearing like, I heard you don't want to be taught. So some of you guys kind of rebel against like teachers or oppression. Like you're kind of just rebellious. Like you can't teach you, or you can't tell me what to do, otherwise I'm not going to do it. And it may just be something naturally that is in you, that's always kind of been in you. You can't even control it or help it to a degree. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you don't always want to be the teacher. So again, you really do need balance. We have Earth here. Someone who respects the earth, has compassion for the earth. You guys may be like into the environment, like you may be an environmentalist, or you may advocate for the environment, or you may like to spend a lot of time in nature, and you need someone who can match that. Like maybe you like to spend a lot of time on the water, or you like to spend a lot of time in the woods. You want to go to all the national parks, you know, you want to explore earth, see earth, be immersed in earth, and you need someone who kind of, at least to some degree, shares that same sentiment. You need someone to match your energy in that way. If they don't care about earth, it may even be like a red flag for you. Like someone who litters may actually like scare you. And I know that sounds dramatic, but those who that's how you feel, like I'm telling you, I can see that. And it's so funny because I almost said this when I got the water energy. I almost said you need someone who's Aquarian, because the thing about Aquarius is Aquarius comes across as very quirky or aloof, but the gag is Aquarius is not aloof at all. Aquarius is the water bearer. So they've learned how not only to feel their emotions, but how to harness them, meaning they allow the emotions to flow when it's appropriate. When it's not appropriate or helpful to the situation, they don't allow their feelings to flow. They don't allow their intuitivity to flow. So if they're in, you know, if an Aquarius is in a dark alley and they got to get to their car, they're not going to tap into fear. They're going to supersede the fear because they know that they need to get to their bottom line. They need to get to the car. If they panic, things are going to start to go wrong. They're going to look weak. They're going to get attacked. They're not going to lean into their intuitivity and say, I feel danger around. They're not going to allow themselves to feel it in that moment. Or if an Aquarius is going through a breakup and they're like, so you're saying, the person's like, so you're saying, like, I mean, do you even care? Aquarius is not going to say, of course I care, I love you, but we don't belong together, because that's going to give you just enough ammo to stay in that relationship. Aquarius does not tap into their water unless it's a safe space, unless it's going to be helpful for the situation. They bear the water. So you need someone who doesn't give you too much, but doesn't give you too little. And you guys, I feel, are very like complex emotionally, to the point where you really do need someone who can walk the tightrope, someone who can, like, you know, kind of anchor you when you need it without feeling like they're trying to box you in or pull you down. And it really is such a dance. I'm getting so much complexity with who you're meant to be with. Like, this person is so freaking complex. Spirit, tell me more for group 1. Who are they meant to be with? What is it that they need? We have the Hyacinth with playfulness, someone who's still attached to or still connected to their inner child, someone who acknowledges their inner child, someone who has time for play. You want, and it's so interesting because it's like, you guys may feel like you're asking for too much genuinely, because I can feel the complexities here, and it's like, you could easily feel that way. Like, you need someone who can provide you security, so they have to have like a good job or a good way of making a living, but they also can't work too much because they have to be able to play and just live with you, be adventurous. So it's like, dang, you guys may really like lean towards feeling like you ask for too much, when really it's just like you need a specific kind of person. I gotta be honest, group 1, I could do this just as like a collective message for the people who feel like they're having a hard time finding love, and leave the video at that, because this is really the pile where you guys need someone so specific. Like, this is the pile that can't just like go on a date or make it work with just anyone. Like, they have to be so specific. Like, they have to be so, they really do have to be a match for it to work with you guys. So it's important for you guys to really lean into your intuitivity when it comes to dating. You know, regular dating, the way that, you know, we normalize it in society, is gonna frustrate you, and at a certain point maybe even make you self-destruct, because you'll start to just point, you know, it's like you can say this person didn't have this person didn't have this, but after a long time enough being single, you're gonna start to point the finger at yourself. So it can be a very like dangerous thing for you to do, because it can make you think things that aren't true, because you're trying to date like people who are not like you can date, if that makes sense. So playfulness, this one says, play is the royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance, a quote by Joseph Chilton Pierce. I love how this deck has these little quotes from like books and poems on it. We got the asters and the apple blossoms. I don't feel like I've ever gotten the apple blossoms from this deck. And I maybe one time got the asters. I'm telling you guys, you're unique. You're my special pile. You're just my special group. Elegance and patience with the asters. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Lao Tzu is the owner of that quote. And that's like your mantra, seriously. Everything gets done when you surrender. When you try to force things, you guys may have been learning that as a life lesson right now, because it's like there's so much that you want to accomplish. You guys are really visionaries. Like, You're like Doctor Strange. You can see every possible combination of reality. So it's hard for you to anchor your ideas and anchor yourself, especially in love, because it's like, man, this is not just about me. This is the dance with another person. So it adds another layer of just like complexity and sometimes frustration. But I'm telling you, surrendering, but also, like I was saying before, you're really the pile that has to trust your intuition in order to be with someone that you feel like fulfills you. Because otherwise, you know, we can go all day and say, okay, this and this and this is what I like on paper. I have a hoodie on, I gotta take it off, it's hot. But for you guys, it's really like, you can't do that. You need someone who like is complex enough to keep you entertained, to make you feel loved, to make you feel understood. And some of these things you can't even really think of, you can only experience. So you gotta leave some of this up to the divine, to spirit, you know, to get it. Otherwise you may find yourself, you know, frustrated or starting to internalize your dating experience. We have the apple blossoms with choices, knowledge, and illumination. White are the flowers of the apple tree that brings us fruit of fertility. Oh my God, I don't want to take that turn, but that's I feel your energy so hard on that. Like you were just this beautiful white flower, and I don't mean it in a purity way, in a virtuous way, but just like, you know, just raw and pure and beautiful in your own way. And then I feel like the experiences you've had and loved have wilted or, you know, made like dirtied up your beautiful white flower. And I don't know, I just get an energy here where you guys are my like black sheep, ironically enough, where it's like people don't understand you and they may even be aggressive towards you like for no reason. Everyone's tried to change you. It's how it feels. Spirit, what can you tell me about group one's love journey? Who are they meant to be with? What do they need to know? We have the Nine of Wands. I find it interesting that it like fell on the Aquarius card, because it's like you've had a complex journey because of your own water bearing ability, because of you had to kind of learn to bear your water but in the wrong ways. You know, it's like instead of learning, okay, I need a specific kind of person, you've watered yourself down and said, I'm too much for people, so I need to water me down. Instead of being more, like instead of fine tuning what you need, it's like you fine tuned yourself, but that wasn't fine tuning because you were perfect anyways. You were perfect as you are. And it's literally about finding your match, not making yourself a match for other people. And like, we don't need a book to teach us how to be virtuous. Like, don't misunderstand me. This is not at all about being pure and being ladylike or being modest or anything like that. Being a good girl, being a good boy. It's like, you don't need a book to teach you how to be a good person. All you gotta do is tap into your heart. That's why you have one. You don't need to be taught how to use it. You know, like kids on a playground, how they play unbiasedly with every kid. But as we grow, we stop playing with certain people. For good reason most of the time, because to be honest, it's like, okay, we learn pretty quick. People are, listen, it's a tightrope, it's a dance. Because it's like, okay, that's true, but also there's some crazy out there that you want to avoid. But you get what I mean. I just get this energy like you guys are so perfect as you are, and I'm pissed at whoever made you feel any differently. We have the Eight of Cups and the Hangman, so you've learned a lot is basically what I'm seeing here for you guys, group one. And how you'll end up with the person that you're meant to be with is by surrendering to the journey, and I feel like that's what you've learned. And if you can apply the lessons that you've learned in the right way, you will come to this conclusion on your own. That everything that went wrong was either a lesson and meant to be understood, and you can understand that with the Aquarius card. It may piss you off, but if I feel like you guys are a mirror to this energy, I feel like I'm talking about you, but also about the other person, which is so interesting because in the beginning of your reading, I had to like remind myself we're talking about them, but I kept naturally just applying everything to like you, like, oh, you need this, versus this is who this person is. So a lot of this energy is yours as well, and you need just like a perfect match, which is why I was getting that energy where it's like, oh, you're the type who you really need to surrender, because you need someone like so freaking specific that if you try to put it into words, it's gonna feel like you're doing too much. But yeah, for you guys, really it's surrender. You learned pretty much everything you needed to learn. And that's the thing. The 10 is not the ending. The 9 is actually the ending. And we have the 9 of Wands here. So you've learned everything you need to learn. 10 is 1, 0. So you're back at the start, amplified by the 0, the infinite. And so you guys already learned everything you need to learn. All you need to do is 8 of Cups, dust off and leave behind all the thoughts, beliefs, people that don't serve you anymore, and Hangman, surrender. And it's going to be a journey, but shit, hermit out. Go into hermit mode, clean yourself up, reconnect with yourself. Spirit's like, you don't even need to focus on love, because focusing on love is probably just going to frustrate you and get you back in this loop. It's like some of you guys feel like you're in a time loop. We got the Devil and the 4 of Cups here. Some of you guys feel like no matter what you do, you lose or you end up off track. And I feel like that sentence in itself tells you why, no matter what you do. 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, you're meant to naturally succeed. You don't need to look for this person. All you have to do is allow Spirit to bring it into you. And it's funny because the 4 of Cups is always like the hand coming from heaven or the astral, the universe, you know, giving you another cup, like, here, I got this for you. And you guys may be a bit mad at Spirit or God because of what you've been through and people. And you need to give yourself time to take time out to like actually heal and cool off, and not worry about dating and not being in the lead, and not always feeling like you have to exercise your Martian action-oriented warlike energy. And you've had to for a while to protect yourself and also to get certain things. But like, again, surrendering is how you get what you want. So it's like, there's so many reasons for you to do it. You might as well just do it. You need it mentally, like you deserve it. From all this work you've done, like, you need time off. Group 1, you need time off to do your thing. We got the Sun in reverse and the 6 of Wands, which is so funny because that's like, you need time off to do nothing. Not to accomplish more. The time off isn't even to get what you want. The time off is just because like Spirit's in control of it anyway. So if you force it, you're just going to end up unhappy or running yourself ragged. It's literally time off, like literally to relax and clear your energy. Like, I don't know, get into yoga, meditation, doing what you want, eating what you want, living life how you want to without focusing on achieving something or being something for someone or fine-tuning yourself for someone else. You know, Spirit's like, this is real easy for you. Wheel of Fortune, Tower in reverse. And you feel like if you're not working, then you're not going to accomplish something. But again, you have learned that that is not at all true. The things that you've run yourself ragged to accomplish have ended up as like unfinished projects or something that wasn't for you or an illusion. So try surrender one good time, because you don't have any past evidence to tell you that surrender doesn't work anyway. Oh my God, literally that statement has got me through so much. I used to be the kind of person who always had to beat their face before they went outside. And I don't wear any makeup when I go out anymore. The literally only time I wear makeup is if I'm filming a video or if I'm like going to someone's event. Because it's like, I don't have any evidence that wearing makeup gets me a man or gets me a woman. Listen, let's not get into the personal tea, but listen, I'm open, okay? I'm open for business. I don't have any proof that doing that gets me where I want to be, because I'm still not where I want to be. And I've personally learned to surrender. And it's crazy how when you go out looking busted, like people be doing double takes and acting like you're like the queen herself. Okay, she has risen, and they're in shock. Like the way people act when you don't even, it's crazy. We have the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. You deserve to be happy, Group 1, and love for you is truly gonna come very naturally. you're already the Queen of Cups. And it's like people have convinced you that you're not even this being of love that you really are anymore. People have convinced you that you may not even have anything to offer. Ace of Cups, only because what do you have to offer, bottom feeder? They can't understand you. They can't even perceive you fully. If they can't understand your emotions, how the hell do you think they're going to understand what you bring to the table? Like, why are we listening to that bozo? Okay, I'm getting hyped. Let me calm down. I'm gonna start talking to you guys like we're on FaceTime. People be like, no, I'm here for it. I'm like, you don't understand how theatric I am. Like, you say you're here for it until I get to tweaking, and then you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Stick to the reading, ma'am. So we have possessed self-confidence, and you are here for a reason. Also, this is kind of like really brewing. I'm hearing etymology, but that's wrapped up in my personal purpose, the study of words, the study of language. So I feel like that's what came out, but maybe you are into studying different languages and things like that. Maybe you've been called to get into light language and to start to use it, or to study language, or in some way or other cultures. You're here for a reason is kind of spirit reminding you like you do have another purpose to serve. And being in that purpose will also better align you with love, because you're putting yourself in people who are naturally in alignment with you and your purpose. And then we have possessed self-confidence. So I feel like it's time for you guys to go into hermit mode, but it's not at all hermit mode, because hermit mode kind of has this connotation that, oh, so I just get put in timeout, I don't get to have any fun. No, but it's about like having fun for you, doing the things that you want to do, and you being in alignment with your own happiness and living for you. Love is going to come to you naturally anyways. And that's what I got for you guys, group one. I love you so much. I resonate so much with your journey. I want to give you guys a big hug, because some of you guys are really like, you know, you go 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You feel really good, really powerful one day, and the next day you feel like, damn, I just don't fit in. And you don't deserve to feel that way. As powerful and as valuable as you are, like, we need you. We got enough people who conform. We got enough people who conform. My Etsy is below in the description if you'd like a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. That is what I got for you guys, group one. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 2 with the citrine crystal point, this is your reading. We're using the Star Tarot for you guys today to see who are you meant to be with. So let's see, Spirit. This is for group 2 with the citrine crystal point. For group 2 with the citrine, who are they meant to be with? That is so funny. We got Earth, and then we got Taurus and Virgo, and then here's Capricorn at the bottom of the deck. So you guys need, you know, and it's crazy because Taurus and Virgo are 2 totally different personifications of earth energy. You know, Taurus is associating with luxury and comfort and like the safety that earth brings, the anchored energy, you know, food, eating, like sustenance, being full, being like completely connected to the ground, whereas Virgo encompasses more of the analytical side of earth energy, where it's like earth will literally purge itself to balance itself out. And Virgo is, you know, the mother, the one who has the ability to see like, okay, this situation needs a gentle approach, this situation needs tough love. You know, Virgo has that kind of balancing act ability and the ability to see things all the way through, as earth does. Like, of course, you know, this is a volcano eruption is gonna displace people, but this energy needs to be exorcised out of earth. It's reached its precipice. So I just love this energy. And then we have Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of home, and that is also an embodiment of earth energy. So I love this. You need someone who's very comforting, someone who has a love that is all encompassing as well. Virgo can be very detail oriented and very like particular, meticulous even. And I feel like when it comes to love, you need every type of embodiment of love. You need someone who can motivate you, someone who does give you tough love at times, someone who can anchor you, someone who can just hold space for you, someone who can do it all, someone who it is a priority to them, home, you know, foundations. And it doesn't matter if you want to travel the earth and if you want to explore the entire planet, like someone who values partnership, togetherness, and home, someone who values anchored energy, someone who values relationships. I don't really feel like this is my pile. There's always an exception to the rule. And there's plenty of other things we're going to get into, like, for this entire pile, but I don't feel like this is my pile where it's like, I like it when my partners, like, have multiples and, you know, they don't really value one part, like, anchored relationship. I just, so far, I'm really not getting that. So here's Jupiter, here's Taurus, and then we have Earth and Virgo. And like I said, Capricorn is at the bottom of the deck, which is the third of the earth signs. So you guys need someone who really loves you in a traditional kind of way. You guys are really looking for a real love. Someone who, like, their heart massages your heart when you're in their same space. It's like you can feel a pressure in your heart space. Someone who protects you, someone who fully allows themselves to be vulnerable with you, someone who really loves you, someone who doesn't play those games with you like, I love you not. You guys don't like that. I really don't feel like group 2, you like to question whether or not someone's into you. You guys are not into the games. You're not. You know what you're looking for, and you need someone who values partnership, someone who values love, someone who is willing to be vulnerable, again, regardless of past pain as well. Someone who isn't limited by the things that they've been through. And it's so funny because Saturn is here, and Saturn is the planet of karma and lessons, and a lot of lessons that you learn that have to do with love, have to do with appreciating a partner. Everyone learns it, like, you know, where it's your relationship with your parents. For me, it was my relationship with my mom. That really taught me to value when someone gives up about you. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. In some way, you know, how everybody learns, like, how to appreciate their partner. You need someone who's also learned how to love again, and the value of being vulnerable and the beauty in being vulnerable. Like someone who, like, everybody has trauma and will process it in a certain kind of way, but you need someone who's willing to push through that and doesn't allow their past experiences to limit them. And that ties back into, you know, that Jupiter energy and the earth energy, like someone who is willing to love again, even if they've been hurt, someone who values partnerships, like even if they've been hurt before, they don't expect you to pay for what that person has done. Someone who can move forward because they've actually Saturnian, like they've learned the lesson. They don't sit with that pain forever. They exercise that karma. An alchemist, someone who can transmute that. Someone who's emotionally equipped to really be in a relationship. I really do feel like you guys may have had like the mother experience where you've tried to mother or parent your partners, but you learned, like, sometimes, just like the earth, this volcano gotta erupt. We gotta get this energy out of here. You know, you gotta move forward. You gotta transmute it. You can't just love them down. You know, sometimes you gotta kick this, you know. And I've had, man, I was in a relationship with a Scorpio, and they really taught me like the beauty and tough love, because I am so free today, and I have to give them credit where it's due. It would be a Scorpio, right? That would go there to the underworld with me. Scorpio's ruled by Pluto, the planet of beginning and endings, the planet of the underworld. I'm like, it would be a freaking Scorpio that dragged me through the ringer by my edges. But I gotta credit them, because even though I was not ready to take accountability, I'm free today because I've taken accountability, because they popped my bubble. And I'm not saying you guys need someone to pop your bubble, but you need someone who's willing to like push through and transmute. Someone who doesn't sit in their circumstance, someone who isn't a victim, but a victor. Okay, so we have the lilac, first emotions of love. And I really feel this energy for you guys so hard. Love is the magician that pulls a man out of his own hat. I really feel that energy with you guys where it's like you need a love that feels like a first love, like someone who's willing to be playful, someone who makes you feel giddy, someone who makes you feel like excited and a little cringe and vulnerable and ooh, like someone who gives you all the feels. Like you need that. Otherwise you don't want it. What is the point of being in a relationship? Like if you don't get like the good part, the yummy part. We have the hyacinth with playfulness. Play is the royal road to childhood, happiness and adult brilliance. So you need someone that's not too serious, has like a jovial, optimistic side, or someone who can see you eye to eye with your ideas. I'm seeing someone in their backyard. I saw someone with a telescope, and then I saw someone trying to garden. So that may be something you want to do. You may be really into stargazing. You need someone who's you know, into just like the childlike things, you know, someone who's willing to stargaze with you, dance in the moon in your backyard with you, like someone who is willing to do things just because it makes you happy, you know, someone who's really willing to make you happy, not looking to just be pleasured and pleased and turned on at every moment of the day, like someone who values you and your experience as well. You don't want to just create someone's experience, you know, and make it fabulous for another person anymore. Like you really want to experience happiness. And then with gardening, I feel like that was talking about your desires. A few of you want to have your own garden, and you need someone who's willing to have a childlike mind with you and say, okay, let's do it. Let's try it. You know, someone who's willing to try things, not like we're never going to need that. We're never going to be cut off from a food supply. Like we don't need to do this. Like someone who can just kind of entertain you, humor you a bit, and your ideas. You guys may be very idealistic. So you may have a like very creative and active mind, and you need to be with someone who doesn't make you feel bad for that. And then we have the morning glory with affection and determination. It says, the morning glory which blooms for a day differs not from the heart of a giant pine that lives for 1,000 years. And you have your moment, you have your good qualities, and you need someone to value you, like even if the relationship gets hard. You know, it says the morning glory blooms for only a day, but it's just as valuable as a pine that, you know, you see especially popping at Christmas, but all year round that tree is like, it's in full bloom. And you need someone who can appreciate you when you're having your good days and when you're having your bad days, and in every form, you know. I feel like you guys may be very like hot or have a very dark allure, magnetic attraction to you, and it's a blessing and a curse, because yeah, you can attract a partner if you want to pretty easily, but also it's just like, ugh, so freaking bored to be in front of this person that is only looking for me to entertain them or give them a show or be hot for them. Like, dude, yes, I'm hot, but I also like just want to live my life. Like, I don't want to be hot all the time. That's how I feel with you guys. You guys may be very attractive or very good with psychology or even dark psychology. So it's like, if you want to attract someone or manipulate someone or make them feel the way you can, but you hate when people you date get stuck on the sexiness. You hate when they get stuck on the appeal. You want them to still be able to enjoy every side of you, to enjoy that, because yeah, I'm yours. Like, here you go, babes. I love to entertain. I love to turn you on. Like, it's entertaining for me to see you react to my beauty, but also to always want to be turned on and expect me to be that person I can't even freaking just be. I always got to do the most for you. Like, ugh, you need someone who has enough discipline to see you and appreciate you and accept you in all forms. We got the 5 of Wands. You guys may be really quirky or a bit, that's interesting. We got the 5 of Wands. It's like a chaos type of energy. And it's funny we're talking about volcanoes in the beginning of your reading, and there's a volcano on the back of this card, and she's kind of like got that fire in her and the lava flowing from her. But we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So it's like, as much as you can be crazy, chaotic, and intense, you can also be very sensitive and get hurt unexpectedly. And once people hurt you to a certain degree, you may not even be able to go back there, or you may be able to see. That's the crazy part. It's like, I'm getting so many downloads today. I'm seeing like the is that a clown with the mask, or is it, what is that? You know, the like famous artwork of, I think it's like maybe a mime, but it has the mask, and it's like the mask has a smile on it, and then like the mime or the clown will be frowning. It's like the effed up part is they don't even notice. Like, you're so good at, you don't even see I'm bored. I keep hearing, can't you see that I'm getting bored, giving you every piece on me. Okay, vocals, like, period. No, but I keep hearing that song, and it's like, it sucks because people get so lost in you and your ability to charm that they don't even see that you're not connecting with them anymore. You're just going through the motions. You have a very soft side to you. You need someone who really understands you. And I gotta be honest, group 2, you're gonna have to be more vulnerable and authentic with people. You really do need to. And yes, it will mean that you get less love offers, but what's the point of having so many people in your face if they're not a value to you? You're only a value to them. You're spending your entire life making other people's experience wonderful, and you're bored as hell. And if you are entertained, it's through your own doing, and you may not even realize that. Like, this person, many of them have nothing special about them. They may be attractive or have a few good endearing qualities, but it's your own, like, you really do love to act and be like theatric and really play with flirtation. It's like so fun to you and natural to you. So yeah, you're gonna get, you know, less love offers, but if you want a serious one, we have the Death card and the Knight of Wands in reverse. You know, there's going to be an end to an era, and you may be feeling that yourself, but it's causing you to question. You don't want to feel like you're losing yourself. You don't want to feel like you're losing your secret sauce. You don't want to feel like, you know, I look at older version of myself, and my love life used to be popping, but I was also dealing with a lot of people who didn't even deserve to be in the same car as me, room as me, house as me, be in my phone and my text messages, on the phone with me, on FaceTime with me. Like, oh my God, FaceTime used to be a whole performance. It was so fun. I would get on FaceTime with my little boo at the time, and I would entertain them, and they would be having the time of their life, and at the end I'd be so exhausted. And I don't want to be that person anymore, because it wasn't fun for me. And even though I'm not on the, you know, FaceTime with someone every day, you know, I had to go through this journey and find myself again and realize, like, time being taken up by a person doesn't equate to being loved by that person or really valued and understood by that person. And unfortunately, a lot of those people don't even have the ability to understand you on the level that it would even be fair. So we have the Prince of Wands. I see you guys growing. The person you're meant to be with, you know, is someone who values a relationship. We've talked all about it, but how to get that, it really is, it's going to be an end of an era. And it's like, every time you go out, you may go home disappointed or pissed off because, you know, you're not liking what you're seeing anymore when you're on dating apps or just connecting with people in general. I'm going to see, like, Spirit, so what's your advice for them to be with the person they're meant to be with? Princess of Pentacles. You know what? Literally just entertaining yourself like this. Like, you listen to people so intently. I'm seeing someone, a feminine. She has dark hair and like angel-like skin. Girl, you're so pretty. I'm seeing you in the ethers. Like wavy hair. You may wand curl your hair. But anyways, I'm seeing you like sit on someone's chest or sit next to someone in bed, and you listen so intently. It's like you stare at them and you just take in all that they are, and you know what questions to ask. and you really do like study people, and you know what to recommend to them if they're bored or if they're feeling stuck, or you know what would be good for them, like to try or to get into so that they can grow and expand as a person. And you need to do that to yourself. Like, when have you really said, wow, you're so pretty, and been interested in you and what would make you happy and what would make you feel fulfilled? You've done that for so many other people, and you need to do it for you, babe, with the Princess of Pentacles here. And also something about the womb I'm seeing, like you may be getting like BV or like chronic yeast infections or something like that. Just it like someone could just blow on it and you're just like, oh my god, BV. And I feel like it's just because like your womb is rejecting these F-boys, these low vibrational pieces of that don't deserve you. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So what I'm saying as far as like, you know, how to meet the person you're supposed to be with is going on a journey where you're like really looking at yourself and saying, what do I like? Having an era that's all about you, worshiping yourself, and trust and believe. You're gonna look behind you one day and there's gonna be a whole army, like a gang of people who are wanting to worship you as well. Love is gonna come to you naturally through you, like pleasuring yourself, enjoying yourself, tapping into you and listening to your soul, your internal dialogue, your external dialogue so intently, how you do like other people, and giving yourself those same suggestions and following through on it. Because it's crazy, like if you were dating someone and they were like, you know, telling you about their past and how they used to do art, like the next time you see them, you would have like a bunch of art supplies, you know, for them to give to them so that they can be happy and pursue their art and do what they love. And it's like, you need to do that for you. You deserve that same kind of care, attention, and love. So Six of Pentacles and the Three of Wands is about investing in yourself and expecting the perfect divinely guided match to come. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my freaking phone vibrating. It's like all of a sudden I'm getting hella text messages. And yeah, like that's really what you deserve. Spirit, can you give me some advice? It's gonna make your life better. It's gonna help you to transform as a person. And also, I was just telling this to group one, like, you know, when you pursue the things that your heart is calling you to do, when you meet people, they're automatically better because they're in alignment with that life. So if you always wanted to be in art, wow, we got to appreciate your talents. You guys may be an artist or a creative, and being called to get back into acting, take a improv class at your local community college, or, you know, take a improv class at like a local theater, get back into whatever your art is, even if it's like an art for speaking, whatever your art is, like literally living in your purpose, doing accounting can be art. Because if you're really good at it, you're going to do it more effectively and differently than other people. So it doesn't matter what your art or thing is, but just appreciating your talents is going to, you know, get you in alignment. But like I was saying before, like say you're an artist and, you know, you have a showing. Now people who are already interested in what you like to do, already in the same brainwave, naturally open to what you're open to and what you like, you're putting yourself in alignment with. So they're automatically better because you relate to them so much more, instead of trying to force, you know, your art or what you're into or your vibe onto someone else who just isn't in alignment with it. So that's what I got for you, group 2. My Etsy is linked in the description below if you'd like a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. But that is what I got for you guys today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 3 with the rose quartz crystal point, this is your reading. We're going to be using one of my favorites, the Cat Tarot, for you guys today, to tap in to see who are you meant to be with. Spirit, this is for group 3 with the rose quartz crystal point. Show me who they are meant to be with for group 3. Wow, your cards are really jumping out. Wow. And then we have Uranus and Saturn, or sorry, not Saturn, Sagittarius. You may like a little bit of that too, but we'll get into it. Uranus, the great awakener. You know, Uranus is kind of like the moon. Like the moon doesn't have a theme like Venus, the planet of like love, or Jupiter, the planet of expansion and home. The moon, if anything, is about your feelings because it's basically just an amplifier. And that's similar to the way that Uranus kind of works. Someone who makes you better, someone who allows you to love deeper, someone who amplifies you, someone who helps you fully embody who you are, someone who helps you go deeper into love, go deeper into discipline, go deeper into parenting, I just heard, which is interesting. You guys may be parents, and you may feel like, you know, when you meet partners, it's like they just kind of go with the flow, but you want someone who is willing to go deeper and like really understand what you're going through and makes you even better and gives you perspective, not just like someone who doesn't make it so it's like, don't worry about it, I'll do everything. You know, someone who can really be hands-on. I see a lot of moms, moms when they're dating and they're not with the child's father, they'll be like, oh, don't worry about it, I'll handle them. Or are they bothering you? Let me do this, let me do that. And the truth is, if you're going to be with that person long term, they're going to have to be involved. They're going to have to be a parent. You can't take all the responsibility out of them because that automatically puts you at a deficit. So, you know, and this could be in any way. This could be like the way that you parent yourself, even if you're not a parent. You know, this person needs to be able to push you to do your best, but not push you, to allow you to, and to amplify your talents that you already have. Like someone who's a true partner, someone who picks up where you lack, and vice versa, someone who allows you to do that for them as well. You need an amplifier. With you guys, group 3, you know who you are, or you're getting to know who you are. I don't feel like you need someone to lead you into who you need to be. You probably wouldn't even like it, especially with the Sagittarius energy showing up here. You need someone who's adventurous, someone who has their own things, someone who has their own hobbies and their own like things that you can be excited about. You know, like to get into, someone who has their own world, someone who doesn't necessarily conform to what everyone else is trying to do, but someone like who has their own interests, you know, someone who you can be interested in. You may find, and you may have normalized it, but you may find that people are really kind of boring in a way, probably because they're hiding. And you're like, I don't need you to hide. I want to see it. Show me the drama, show me the craziness, whatever, you know. And even if you're like more basic or what would be considered boring, show me that. Don't try to be an edgelord for me. Be yourself. You need someone who's an amplifier, an activator. Sagittarius loves to explore, whether it's different foods and cuisines or religions. Sagittarians lean towards loving like philosophy or just being philosophical. Surprisingly, Sagittarians love deep conversations, but it just has to be like at the right time. Sagittarians' minds are always going, so if they're in like party mode or fun mode, they're not going to want to like slow down and have a deep conversation with you, but they can do it. There's a lot of layers to Sagittarian energy, and you guys need that. You need the layers, the complexity, the deepness. All right, let's see what else we get. Spirit for group 3 with the rose quartz. What else do they need? Someone who has an inexhaustible energy. And I'm hearing, I don't love that, but I can respect that. I'm hearing that. You guys have this ability, because Aries, I feel like, is really misunderstood. Aries is the first of the zodiac. Aries have a very strong sense of self. And it's the first, it's the number one, you know, it's in the numerology. Come on, like it's the one. How can you expect them to be any different? You got to have a strong sense of self to be the first to, you know, birth into this reality. And you need someone that even if you don't agree, you can still respect, because they really believe that and they stand in their power. Someone who doesn't fold easily for, I'm hearing outside attention. Someone who doesn't allow themselves to be swindled by men, women, people who want to date them. Someone who knows like, you know what, I'm in a relationship, so I'm not doing this. Someone who has a strong sense of like their own beliefs and what it is that they want. Someone who doesn't fold for you. You may be very convincing, charming, you know, all the ings as well. So you may need someone who can see past that, entertain it, admire it, give you a coy smirk, like I see what you're doing, but who doesn't fold into it, because, you know, there's no way to maintain mutual accountability if someone allows you to like take things too far. You need someone who can, you know, acknowledge it, but keep it cute. We have Taurus, Libra, and water. So Libra is all about, of course, you know, the scales, balance, harmony, relationships as well. Libra is a very relationship oriented sign. And it's funny because I personally have like observed that there's so many forms of relationships, and Libras always have like a Ziploc type relationship with themselves. And I feel like we may misunderstood like relationships to mean, because that doesn't mean they're gonna do, anyways. It's just funny. Like Libras typically have this like really like tight relationship with themselves. They're like, man, we've been through so much. Like they really give themselves that pep talk, but they don't necessarily let in any old body. Like just because they're leaning towards relationships, that may be talking about their relationship with themselves. I don't mean they don't do for you. Anyways, I just find that that's funny. But we have Taurus and water. So you need someone who acknowledges their emotions, who acknowledges their intuitivity, the depths as well, you know. Like water to me is kind of scary, and I'm a water sign. But like I can't imagine being like in the middle of the ocean or deep in the ocean. It's just absolutely terrifying. But you need someone who's willing to go there, you know, not just the clear water, but the murky water, you know, with the alligators and the depths and the density. You need someone who can really go there with you. Someone who's not just like, ooh, you know, sunshines and clear water, but someone who can navigate in all forms. You guys really need a like a chameleon in that way. And then we have Taurus, which is kind of like different from all these energies. Actually, we have all of the elements. We got fire, we have air, we have water, and we have earth. So you need a full rounded person. And it's funny how the amplifier came up, because like someone who like can go through all forms. I feel like you guys may have lived a lot of life, and you need someone who can understand you. You may be very complex and have so many sides to you that you need someone who can understand and admire all sides, not someone who only wants you when you're in your Taurian chill luxury energy, wanting to just be cozy, wanting to eat, wanting to work smarter, not harder. You need someone who can also be adventurous with you, someone who can also just kind of be in flow with you no matter what you're doing. Spirit, show me who group 3 is meant to be with. Wow, we got the lilac. First emotions of love. Every time I hear this, I think of SpongeBob. Did anybody else watch a lot of SpongeBob when they were young? Lilac. If you know, you know. Anyways. First emotions of love. Love is the magician that pulls man out of his own hat. So you need someone who can allow themselves to see the beauty in you, and someone who allows you to see the beauty in them. Mutual love, to the point where, you know, like puppy love, it feels that way. It feels so like exciting, and it makes you so nervous, and a lot of times it can feel like cringy because it's something that you're not good at, something you haven't experienced very much. It's new. So yeah, you might mess up and you may get embarrassed a little bit, but it's so worth it. And so many people who've had many relationships or just one really, really good one, like would give like so much to go back to that first emotion of love. And you need someone who's willing to strip away the layers, strip away the masks, and experience those first emotions of love with you, to experience that vulnerability with you. We have the Nastrium with victory and conquest. This one says, who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. And you need someone who understands that, someone who doesn't try to control you, but someone who allows you to do your thing. You guys may need space. You may need the kind of person who needs space, time to process. Like if someone asks you on the spot, like, how did this thing, like, say you find out that your partner is flirting with one of their coworkers and they didn't cheat, you know, they didn't do anything crazy, but they're flirting with one of your coworkers. You can't forgive people maybe on the spot or feel anything fully unless you're alone. I'm just picking up on like private processing. Like some of you guys really need time and space to process, to recharge, to decide how you feel, to really allow yourself to feel the emotions. So you need someone who allows you to be, and also someone who doesn't try to control, someone who works on themselves. Like you need a relationship where you can work on yourself, they can work on themselves, and so you guys can naturally be great together. But not someone who just tries to control you, or someone who you feel like you need to control. Someone who you can trust, and someone who has their own strong sense of self and can also motivate you and amplify you to be better yourself though. You know, you don't need a relationship to make you better. So we have the tuberose, dangerous pleasure. Yeah, you need someone who's fun, someone who like will be kind of random with you. I'm hearing midnight Walmart trips. That may be your thing, or midnight Target trips. The secret of reaping the greatest fruitfulness and the greatest enjoyment from life is to live dangerously. So someone who isn't, you know, trying to be perfect or doesn't expect you to be perfect. We have Justice. I love the cat tarot so much. We have Justice, which is more that Libran energy. Justice actually is the Libra card in the tarot deck. We have the King of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Swords in reverse. This is an interesting energy. You guys need someone who allows you to be independent and allows you to do things on your own. Because even though it feels good to kind of be led, I feel like you guys have learned through experience that it just starts to feel like someone is like, I don't know, it makes you feel like you almost take it as they don't respect you or feel like you have the tools to do it yourself. Or you may have found yourself always depending on the opinion or the leadership of another person in past relationships. So you need someone who can amplify you but not make you feel controlled. King of Cups in reverse is very interesting, but it's coming with the Seven of Swords in reverse, which the Seven of Swords can be like a card of self-sabotage, control, being persuaded by illusions. Like you need someone who doesn't try to control you, but also doesn't try to, oh, just love you down, or, oh, just, you know, do everything for you. Someone who can allow you to find peace and love within yourself and also in the relationship with them. Someone who can allow you, exactly, you don't need a King of Cups because you are a Queen of Cups. Like you have it all within you. You have everything that you need to be great. You just need someone who can bring that greatness out of you, and someone who gives you the space and patience and appreciation to make you feel comfortable to come out of your shell on your own. I get this idea that no one really knows you, or like your funny side, your goofy side. You know, I feel like, you know, relationships maybe kind of bullied you to shrink. And it's so interesting because I saw a video of Kylie earlier today, and she said something funny. I forget what the video was, but I saw a bunch of comments of people being like, I miss Kylie's Vine days and her fun days. And I could see it, like looking back, she used to be like more open, like, you know, with her personality, and the world kind of like, and she, you know, this ain't about her, you know, but you know, there was some events caused by herself, but also, you know, by the outside world that did kind of cause her to shield herself to where it's like, we don't get any of the good stuff, you know, we don't get that funniness anymore, because when someone doesn't trust you, you don't get to see them be, you know, vulnerable or funny, or just themselves. So we have the Page of Swords, Seven of Cups in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse. Someone who is comfortable being alone. I find it so interesting, the complexities of how this is coming out, because Seven of Cups in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse is like someone who's comfortable being alone, but it's not like, oh, I'm obsessed with you to the point where I'm gonna be up your butt 7 hours straight. Like, but it's also not, I'm entertaining other people. Like someone who's just comfortable alone, so that you can kind of, do your thing with the Page of Swords. I feel like you guys have a weird, quirky, unique side that you want to be able to live out, but it's like you can only be kind of your quirky, true self when you're alone, because people just don't get it. But also there's an energy here of maybe you haven't displayed it enough to make it so people accept it. Like, if you show people that you're one kind of way, and then you bring out like this totally different side of yourself once you're deep into a relationship, it's kind of like, okay, sure, if that person loves you, they should accept it. But if it's really like weird and it's coming out of nowhere, like, we can't completely blame them if we never showed them any of like who we are. So I feel like you guys are being initiated into vulnerability and freedom of self through this person you're meant to be with. I'm gonna get some advice as far as like what you can do to align yourself better with this relationship with this person you're meant to be with. But this is who Spirit really wants you with. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Someone who's not a taker. Honestly, someone who like makes you feel comfortable, like being in your prowess energy and wanting to like jump on them and be sensual with them. We got the Three of Cups. Someone who's always down, someone who's adventurous and fun, but Knight of Cups in reverse. Someone who's like not looking for something. Like, I feel like you guys may have dated people who wanted to just take from you, and you need a King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Someone who has so much value in themselves, they don't need to, drain you, vamp off of you, take from you. Spirit, what can they do to align themselves with this person they're meant to be with? We have Live Your Bliss. So Spirit really wants you to show the world who you are, and that doesn't mean get on social media and try to be a personality and force yourself into the reality, but just being yourself. Live your bliss. If it makes you happy. I used to have this friend where we would literally talk in sounds, and we would hang out with guys and they would hate it so much because we would be cracking up and literally like talking in sounds. Like, I'm not even gonna try to do it because you don't need to hear the sounds, but we would talk in sounds and guys would hate it, but we were so happy. Like, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever you feel called to naturally, like, and it's like I was thinking about this earlier today, like, why are we so attracted to what we can't have? Because it's like, you'll see, so many girls want like stability and wealth and someone who takes care of them, but also they want their partner to be like, optimistic and free, not working hard. And it's like, well, how you think they're gonna provide if they're never working? That's a totally different frequency. And so many guys want like the IG baddie, but then when they get it, they're like, oh, I want a girl who's virtuous. Like, so many people want things that are totally different than them. And I was thinking about that this morning, and I feel like, there's always going to be that desire of wanting something that is slightly out of reach, but living your bliss for you guys, group 3, is what's really going to put you in alignment with people who really get you and understand you. And it's like you've been going for people who you desire, but not from a heart space, more from a I shouldn't or I can't have this space. And living your bliss and being yourself will naturally align you with people who can appreciate that. We also have thoughts create your reality. So there may be an assumption that you may have already like counted yourself out and assumed that you're just going to have to settle, or you're just going to have to go for a bag. Like, love ain't going to happen for me. And Spirit wants you to release those self-limiting beliefs. We have you are never alone. And your guides are with you listening, and they're trying to help you the best they can. But I would say invite your guides and have a really real conversation with Spirit, even if you have to cry it out. I personally love crying, but that may just be because I'm a Cancer. It feels good to me. It's like really purging. Like, I release so much stuff so much quicker than other people. I'm like, how can you sit there and be mad for a week about that? Like, cry about it and move the hell on. But anyways, even if you have to cry, like, really have a serious conversation with Spirit, the divine, God, whatever you believe in, your guides, your higher self, and tell it what you want and tell it what you need, and make a commitment that you will be open to it. say spirit, guides, higher self, whoever, please hear me. If you will put the person that I really need, the person that really understands me, my perfect match, into my life, I promise that I will make my best effort to truly surrender to that person and add whatever you need to say onto that, but let that be the base and let your heart speak and allow yourself to be, you know, fulfilled, your order to be fulfilled by the universe. And allow that person in your heart. And it's going to be different because, you know, the programming also just makes us attracted to these different archetypes. You know, in movies, it's like we love a good trope with the bad boy and the innocent girl or whatever, and like the people we can't have. But don't allow movies to run your life and make you crave things that are just so out of pocket and wrong for you. Really be vulnerable with the universe. Tell spirit what it is that you want. And make that commitment, like, I really will surrender to it, and I really will let that person in my heart, and you guys are going to be fulfilled. And that is what I got for you guys. My Etsy is below in the description if you want a private tarot reading. Diddy is where you can find me. But that is what I got for you guys today. I'll talk to you soon. Alright, if you chose group 4 with the Tiger's Eye Crystal Point, this is your reading. We're using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot for you guys today to see who are you meant to be with. So let's just get right into it. Oh my god, this reading has been so different than I thought it was going to be. Way deeper and detailed. So let's see what we get for you guys, group 4. I hope I didn't say group 3. It's Mercury retrograde as I'm filming this, and I've been saying like everything so wrong. Definitely group 4. All right, Spirit, show me for group 4 with the Tiger's Eye. Who are they meant to be with for group 4? Wow, we got Cancer, we got Mercury. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, let's see what else we get. Oof. Interesting. Okay. You guys must be tough. Oh, yeah. With Neptune and Pisces. Pisces is ruled by freaking Neptune. Okay. Okay, so I get an energy, first of all. I heard house on a hill, but I get an energy, Neptune showing up in the person that you guys are meant to be with. You are my very imaginative, creative pile. Like, Neptune is the planet of the unconscious and the subconscious. In the beginning of 2022, there was a Neptune-Jupiter conjunction. And in retrospect, I can see why I was called to make so many subliminals, listen to so many subliminals, program my unconscious and subconscious. But as I tried to understand Neptunian energy to make the most of that conjunction, I literally couldn't figure it out. And I came to the realization in retrospect that the left brain, the logical brain, that's all about understanding, will never fully understand the unconscious and the subconscious because it's on the totally different side of the spectrum. You guys need a love that can only be felt. You're never gonna fully understand it. It's not something where it's like, well, I like this person because they're funny. It's like, I'm just so drawn uncontrollably from this person, uncontrollably to this person. My heart calls out for them. My soul calls out for them. I love them. I need them. I want them. Everything. You need a love that's really, really deep and nonsensical in a way. It's almost like making sense of it waters it down. For you guys. And then we got Pisces here, which, like I said, is ruled by Neptune. So Pisces are kind of hard to understand. Pisces is also the last of the zodiac, so they embody all of the signs, really. They've been through all the signs to reach their point of evolution. So Pisces can personify in 1,000,001 different ways. Anything in the unconscious and the subconscious. I find like Pisces, like people assume because they're a water sign that they're like really emotional. But the thing is, like, Pisces can be really mean. They really can. Like, they understand people on just the deepest of levels. And not to say you need someone who's mean to you, of course, but someone who embodies all of the water, not just someone who, you know, wants to talk about their feelings, but also someone who's like wanting to feel their feelings and get to the dark shit, you know, not just like, oh, I love you so much, but this is why I don't like you, and to be real with that so you can grow and have a wonderful relationship because you're real. And you guys will have your own little house on the hill relationship where you don't tell people what's going on in your home. People can't see what's going on in your home. Your relationship is only your own. You guys may not want a relationship where you ever post your partner or your partner ever posts you, and if you do, you'll probably do like those cute couple poses, but like where you can't see the person's face. You need a love that is not shared with other people. You really do. And we have the Aquarius, and Aquarius is the water bearer. And I was explaining this to group 1. A lot of people feel like Aquarians are aloof or quirky, and they can be very quirky, yes, but also Aquarians are the water bearer. So if it's not appropriate for them to lean into their emotions, they're not going to. Like, what, like if an Aquarius, if you're having a breakup with an Aquarius isn't going to tell you, I love you so much, but we shouldn't be together. Aquarius is going to stick to, we shouldn't be together, because they don't want to give you any reason to hang on, you know. And people consider them to be aloof because they don't say all the time what it is that they feel. You need someone who really bears their own emotions, someone who's emotionally intelligent, someone who's balanced, someone who doesn't allow things to go too far. Also, I'm hearing someone who doesn't joke too far. You may have dated someone where it's like they disguise just being like rude as jokes, or, you know, trying to always like tell you something is wrong with how you do things, or that the way that you think isn't right. Like, you know, ew. We have Cancer and Mercury. Cancer, of course, another water sign. And Cancers are very like emotionally intelligent. Cancers are very unassuming, but Cancers can be very dark and light. And that's the thing, like, naturally as a reader, I'm like, okay, let me not scare them. Let me not say stuff that's going to make people be like, oh no, I don't want this. But with you guys, I really do feel like you can handle it and you need it. Even if you feel like you don't want someone to, and that's the thing, it's not about being mean to you, it's just about being real. You need someone who's real. And we got Mercury, the planet of the gods, you know, the planet of day to day. So you need someone who's good at being domestic, someone who can sit in one place, someone who knows what they want when they're getting in the relationship with you, so that even when the relationship is like stagnant or you guys really know each other, it's not as fun anymore, they can still be comfortable and they understand the power of partnership and domesticity, so that they're not looking elsewhere, or, you know, someone who's like a thrill seeker to the point where it's not even in good taste, it's just like self-sabotaging. You need someone who has their own connection with spirit and the divine as well. Something about a channel. Some of you guys really had to speak so much life into your partners that it was exhausting. Like, you didn't even have time to speak life into yourself because of how much you had to build up your partners. And you really need someone who has their own connection with spirituality, or just God, spirit, the divine. Even if it's like you're spiritual and they're religious, like you can appreciate all the different books, you know, they all kind of say the same thing too, low key, but you can appreciate if they follow a religion because you understand like the higher understanding of the message. But you need someone who appreciates God and feminine energy, appreciates their own intuitive nature, their own water energy, their own emotions, and has their own relationship with, you know, the higher power. You can't do it all for them. You guys either already have a kid or are trying to grow in career. Like, I'm sensing a high level of responsibility. Either you guys have come to realize that you have a higher purpose that you need to pursue, and you can't do that if someone is always pulling on you energetically or physically to get you in the bed. Like, you need someone who really is self-sufficient. We have the white rose, new start in wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Absolutely. You need someone who knows themselves and surrenders to that. And then we have the daffodil, another card of new beginnings, rebirth, And new beginnings, this one says, new beginnings are often described as painful endings. And I get that energy so hard with you guys, where it's like not what you want, but what you need. And then also both. You're going to learn to love and appreciate this, because this person enables you to be the best version of yourself, not to stop and cap when things get uncomfortable, but someone who can continue to push forward and push through, and someone you can reach even like deeper levels of love with. I'm picking up on someone's story where it's like someone may have broke up with you, but there's so much that they didn't say to you and it left you confused, and they kind of left you to pick up the pieces. I feel like they were too far on the other side of the spectrum, and you kind of need someone in the middle, which is, you know, this person's energy. Like this person didn't want to hurt you, or they were too conscious of your feelings that even when your relationship maybe suffered, they wouldn't say the important things that like needed to be said. There's a little bit of that here. And then we have the Camilla with Destiny telling me a little bit about you meeting this person and being with this person. It says it's not in the stars that hold our destiny, but in ourselves. So Spirit is saying the choices you make will lead you to this person. But you're going to want to follow your heart, not an astrology transit or like the advice of the dating coach. You're going to need to be the Magician. We got the Magician and the Knight of Pentacles. So the thing about the Knight of Pentacles is the Pentacles is kind of slow moving energy. So it will take discipline, and it will take, I feel like you guys, you may be just conventionally attractive, or for whatever reason, like the beginning of your life, you may be very young, just getting out of like your high school days. It feels like the beginning of your life was so fast. Like it was so, you had to grow up quick. You had a lot of experience in love, relationships, or with your parents or people around you that really kind of shaped your view on love. You had so much experience in terms of love, and undoing that is making you question yourself. Like you're like, dang, I don't have the sauce anymore, but you do still have the sauce. It's just you're being more discerning about who you're giving your sauce to. So you still got it. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles is slow energy. So it's like, you know, there is going to take some discipline, but you need to recharge and like kind of get back to self. Like, I don't even feel like you guys are the full embodiment of yourself currently, because you still have the energy of other people that you need to get off of you. We got the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So brighter days are really ahead. But yeah, we have the Magician here. Personal alchemizing is what I feel with this one. We got the Tower and the Queen of Wands, Page of Pentacles, getting back to basics, Page of Pentacles, a new beginning, really discovering who you are. Through this Tower, through this change, you will move further into who you are in full embodiment of your pure goddess energy. But there's this whole level of self-acceptance here that's hard to explain. That's to be accepted with Neptunian energy. It can only be experienced. There's a personal journey you're going to have to go on, and no one can tell you like what exactly it entails or what to get into, how to do it. Your heart is going to tell you where to start and how to do it and what to do. And it's kind of hard because like for me, I'm so resource based. Like I like to give people actionables. So my son's laughing in the background. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy is always the book that I recommend for anyone starting a spiritual journey. And that's what I would definitely say for you to give you some place to start. But the message that I give for you guys, group 4, is that your heart, your soul, your spirit, the divine is giving you the steps. And it doesn't necessarily make sense. But I'm telling you, I've been led to do so many things personally that didn't make sense at the time, that blew up to be like the most amazing and profitable things in my life. So allow yourself to go down that rabbit hole. But what I get for you, group 4, is like this journey is a journey that you are gonna go alone, and no one can tell you what to do or guide you, but you don't need it. Your heart really is a compass. It's so powerful. you have such a strong heart. You may have a heart murmur, or you may have had a heart condition when you were younger. You may have had some sort of surgery to do with like your lungs or the way that you breathe, or like the foundational, like, you know, the part, listen, I'm not a doctor, okay, but the parts that you really need, like, you know, the heart, you may have had like some sort of, but your heart is so strong. I'm hearing like doctors say that. I'm seeing doctors say that when you were being birthed as a baby, they're like, her heart is so strong. I'm seeing that for someone specifically. So I feel so grateful to be able to deliver that message too. But we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Ace of Swords. So I feel like the whole tea for you guys is just starting where you are. You know, High Priestess in reverse is kind of like you can't hear your intuition. So getting used to just being in quietude where you can hear is going to be the start. This could mean getting into yoga. That one's, you know, kind of killing two birds with one stone, because stretching certain areas of your body does release trauma and will help you have these like activations. A lot of people say when they do hip yoga, they have like a release. I never had that happen, and I do yoga, but stretching, oh my God, feels so good. And doing yoga, I've connected with my body like I never have before. So I definitely recommend it, and it definitely helps you spiritually. Like you'll start to notice like a shift in your luck and positivity doing yoga. It's the strangest thing. But yeah, with you guys, you know, it really is all within you. So maybe you start there, or you start with meditation, but how will you end up or align yourself with who you're meant to be is going on a solo journey and disconnecting from your past experiences, really healing that and letting that go. And the full embodiment of who you really are, and not trying to be perfect or a certain kind of way for anyone else. We got the Devil in reverse and the Five of Wands in reverse as well. You guys may have a little bit of an addictive personality. Once you're into something, you may like obsess over it, whether that's a person, whether that's a food. I'm like that too. I eat, like if I get a favorite food, I eat it until I literally can't eat it anymore. Or, you know, if there's like a certain experience that you really like you may do it over and over and over again until it's not fun anymore or pleasurable anymore. And, you know, then it's kind of like, wah, wah, I gotta find something else. I don't even like that anymore. But you know, this has wreaked havoc in your life with the Five of Wands and the Devil in reverse. Spirit is like, you're used to chaos. You're used to dysfunction in relationships. You're used to always trying to please someone and never being able to do it, that you have to disconnect from that, so that you can meet the person you're meant to be with, because you're not going to be able to align with the person you're meant to be with all of that in your energy, because you'll just self-sabotage the relationship. Spirit wants you to be with someone who really loves you properly. And it's funny because we have the Seven of Cups, and this is the first time this came up today. Spirit is saying you could really take your pick. Like, you're the kind of person who naturally is very flexible. You can make it work with, you know, different people. You may have friends from all different walks of life. You may be the type of person who can have a conversation like with a goat, okay, at the animal farm. You'll understand what the goat is telling you. I'm telling you, like, you guys, you have superpowers, okay? You may talk to animals. You may talk to your animals if you have them. But Spirit is saying, like, the experience of connecting with yourself on a deeper level is actually going to shift how many offers you get. So if you feel like, you know, you've lost your sauce, it's just temporary. Remember why you're doing this. Remember why your love life and your options have changed. Remember that it's because you're not looking for any Joe Schmo to charm and put that good kitty on. They don't even deserve it. They don't even deserve it. Like, you're looking for a higher level connection. Spirit, what else can you tell me for group 4? We have ancient wisdom, connecting to your lineage, following your lineage and seeing what religion they may have subscribed to, or what they would have done. I'm seeing, like, it kind of looks like Irish. I'm seeing that. I was actually seeing some like bone throwing. So you may have hoodoo, voodoo, family from Louisiana. I'm seeing Creole. I'm hearing French. You may have a bloodline that traces back to Africa. I'm seeing that type of divination. And then first I was seeing what looks like Irish descent, but going back and seeing like what they did to connect may also be a way that you can expand your own spiritual journey. We have perception and retreat. So yeah, Spirit is really kind of saying like you view the world in a way, or you view dating, your options, yourself in a way that's no longer healthy, in a way that's no longer serving you, and retreating so that you can change your perception. Also, I'm getting this in a dimension kind of way. Spirit is saying they should be in the astral by now. You should be able to astral travel every night, lucid dream every time you realize you're in a dream. You should be able to, like, your spiritual powers, you're quite gifted, and you haven't tapped into them. So also connecting to yourself, and once you're at that point spiritually, you're gonna feel your partner. You're gonna know exactly where they are and be able to go there, like get in the car and go to their house if you wanted to. We have appreciate your talents and have an attitude of gratitude. So Spirit is wanting you to be more grateful in whatever way you can, really connecting with Earth's energy and appreciating the simple pleasures, a walk on the beach, a walk on a trail, the air, the trees, connecting with the trees, you know, sitting with them. You can sit with the trees and read a book. Trees are very conscious, and their energy is like so powerful that if you literally just sit with it, you don't even have to set intention, you will get an upgrade. And then we have appreciate your talent. So getting back into your artistic side and full embodiment, and appreciating who you are and what you bring to the table and your own personal talents will also connect you to who you're meant to be with. So every single pile was very different. Every single pile was like this, where it's like you connect to who you're meant to be with through you. And the fact that that showed up for every single pile today, I feel like that's a collective energy for all of us. Like you connect through to the person you're meant to be with, to your perfect match, through full embodiment. And that's so beautiful, because it's like you don't got to look for nothing. You got yourself right here where you are. You don't have to go anywhere. That's what I got for you, group 4. I love you. My Etsy is linked in the description below if you'd like a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. But that is what I got for you guys today. I'll talk to you soon.